Yo, what's going on, man? And in today's episode, I'm going to be explaining why investing into yourself is one of the best things you could possibly do. All right. Now, when I'm talking about investing into yourself, I'm talking about things like, let's say you need to get into shape, investing into a gym membership so that you can have access to the equipment that will help you get into shape. Or like purchasing books to gain knowledge, purchasing courses, mentorships, any of those things. Even when it comes to the food you eat, eating higher quality food, or purchasing a gym membership that may be a little bit more expensive, but the people that are there but the people that are at that gym, for example, are a certain type of individual and may open up networking opportunities. All right. Investing into yourself is just simply investing into things that will help you upgrade the quality of your life. Now, to start off, one of the reasons why investing into yourself is one of the best things is that it saves you time, man. A lot of people think that money is the most important thing, but in life even, people think money is the most important thing, but you could have made millions of dollars, but if you're 80 and you don't have any time to enjoy that money, what's the point? Time is one of the things that we will never be able to get back. And an analogy I give to people is just like, imagine trying to go to a destination. Let's say you have a goal, all right? You could do two options. You could try guessing on how you get to that location, or you could just put it into your GPS and let it guide you there. Who do you think will arrive at the destination faster? Someone who's just fucking around and guessing, or someone who actually has a guided plan that will actually help them get to their destination? Obviously, the dude with GPS. It's kind of like the same thing when you invest into yourself. You're paying to essentially get a guide to your destination. All right? That's one example right there. But the second one, I would say, second reason I say that investing into yourself is really important is because you're putting skin into the game, all right? You don't know how many times, all right? Just to give you guys an example, to show you that I'm not fucking making some bullshit up. If you get offered something for free, you probably won't fucking take it, all right? Even if it's pretty valuable. You know how I literally have a free guide on how to melt fat and put on shape. It's free. You don't have to pay nothing, right? And if you're watching this video right now and you want it, just shoot me a DM on my Instagram at Shug Training, and I'll give you a copy, man. No problem. But the thing is, I give these copies away for free all the time, and sometimes I'll just message the people back a couple months after and be like, hey, did you find it helpful? Did you find it useful? And I know for a fact that if they applied everything I put into that free ebook, that they would have seen at least some progress. It's literally just an application issue these motherfuckers have. But I'll ask them, I'll be like, have you seen any progress? And a common answer I'll always hear is like, nah, well, I kind of didn't, I tried it, and you know, they come up with all the excuses and justifications to why it didn't help them, all right? But the truth of the matter is because it was free, they just took the information for granted and didn't really try to apply the shit into their life. Because at the end of the day, they didn't risk anything. It was free. The only thing they risked was maybe just a bit of time going over the book. But other than that, they didn't put up nothing. They didn't have any reason to actually take the shit seriously. When you pay for shit, all right, especially if it's something that's a significant investment into yourself, you will fucking pay attention because you put some skin into the game, and when you pay attention. That's how I like to explain it. When you pay attention, because you know that I actually did put something up. I did put something up to risk. Now, to make sure I at least get my return, I'm gonna make sure I do what the fuck I have to do, or do whatever this person says to fucking do, right? Because you're paying. You're putting yourself in a position where there is some risk that you could have just lost all that money you spent. And as humans, one thing that I find really helpful and something I use to explain on how motivation works is just that people are going two different directions. They will either chase pleasure or avoid pain. The avoiding pain in this situation is having all that money you invested, even if, imagine it's a significant amount, and losing it all and not getting anything that you were promised in return from investing into yourself. All right? That's the second reason, basically. When you invest into yourself, you're basically paying to pay attention. And if you pay attention and apply the shit, as long as what you purchase or the investment you make isn't some bullshit, right? Then you will see a return happen because you're actually gonna apply it in your life. And the third reason why is that even if, let's say you would invest into something, for example, and it doesn't give you the final outcome, but it gives you a couple steps forward into the direction, then I would still count that as a good investment, all right? You don't know, I've spent probably tens of thousands of dollars into investing into different things, all right? And a lot of them didn't work out, but because I invested into it, it got me a couple steps closer to my actual goal. And when I invested into multiple other areas, eventually it just got me closer and closer to my goal, all right? So although what you may be investing into, the outcome is maybe you didn't get the exact return you want, if you're just closer to your goal, that's worth the investment in my opinion, because the other option is you stay where you are or go a couple steps forward. Just to give you guys a personal story, when I paid someone $500 to teach me about how to do like some Amazon selling or whatever, right? And I paid I think $500, $600 at the time. And at the time it was a lot of money for me because I was like a teenager and shit. And this is one of the first businesses I tried to start, but didn't fully go through with it. But I put up that 500, he taught me some shit. I did what he said, and the first product I launched, it actually went pretty bad. I was lucky. I thought I wasn't gonna get rid of any of my product, but then what ended up happening was I broke even with that product because I sold it to other vendors around my areas rather than Amazon, all right? And this is just an example right here. About 2 years ago, right, when the shiesties were popular, for anyone who doesn't know, the Nike ski mask and everything, basically I remember them being very popular at the time, right? And this dude was trying to teach me how to get a product and sell it on Amazon, right? But I realized that there was a market for Nike ski masks because they were discontinuing it because whatever reason Nike was discontinuing it. I think it was because people were using the shiesties to actually rob people instead of the actual purpose of a ski mask. But anyways, I saw, people want these Nike ski masks. What I did was I used the same principles on creating a product, and I got that product and I just printed a whole bunch of Nike ski masks, just a plain ass Nike ski mask. And I would just put the Nike, I'd ask the vendors to just put a Nike logo on it. They were basically fake, but instead of just putting it on my Amazon where I could probably get banned, what I just did was I went on Facebook Marketplace, put them all up around my area, and I just paid for ads. And bro, it was literally printing money for me because I would be getting orders from people messaging me around my city saying hey, I want one, hey, I want one. And the principles he taught me, they gave me a huge profit margin on the fucking ski mask. I was literally even if someone was 1 or 2 hours away and they wanted 3 or 4 ski masks and I sold them for a total of $150, I would be essentially almost making $150 profit almost for an hour drive. Just imagine getting paid $150 an hour, all right? But I didn't make all that money from the ski mask just out of nowhere. It was from a previous year before where I learned about how you can create a product through vendors like Amazon, like AliExpress and all them. And that person showed me how I can do it and what's the most efficient way possible. And then I just used some of his principles, applied it to something else, and I probably put in $200 and the return I got was like 4,000. Right? And my initial investment into this dude was like 500. All right. The point of this whole entire story was just that although the final outcome didn't occur, it helped me get a couple steps closer to that goal. Because that was the first time it was like the first business I made that actually was making money. That was like probably the first one. I didn't continue it after, but it was like the first time seeing me actually make money from a business. All right. And that's pretty much the 3 reasons why I think investing into yourself is absolutely worth it. So number 1, it gives you a guidance towards wherever you're going rather than fucking around and guessing. Second reason is that when you pay attention. And the third thing is that although it may not give you the final results, if it gives you a couple steps closer, then that's actually a good return on investment, because the alternative is just you stay where you are and you continue to be the exact same person you are instead of leveling up. All right. Anyways, man, I appreciate all of you who have been checking out these videos. If you can, give it a subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.